Hello everyone, it's Jess from Jess Talks About Stuff, and we're back with a brand new episode. This one about consoles, because I'm sorry if you didn't know, I like to game from time to time. Now obviously I'm gonna state that no, I'm not only a console freak, I also like PC gaming, except that my PC is really low end, so you don't really see me playing any new titles or anything, but just things that they're still kind of cool and niche and whatnot, but I'm going to get more into the console part today. Now, there is not really a lot of consoles that I collect for, but there's like two. And even the other one, I'm not really avidly collecting for it, but let's just start with the one that's currently the most prominent in my life, and the one that keeps me very happy and very amazing, and the thing that really brought my childhood to another level, but then I sold it and now I bought it again. The Xbox 360. Now, when I bought an Xbox 360, I think 1 month ago, 2 months ago, I think, I was not really sure what I wanted. And there are quite a few games that I found interesting, or games that I simply wanted to play back when I had my Xbox, my first Xbox 360, but I simply had no time. Not enough time, but also like money. I mean, some of the games were still pretty brand new back then, so I was gonna pay like 60 for them for sure, 60 euros, and quite frankly, that's it's a bit much. But now everything's cheaper, so let's just start talking about it. When I got my Xbox 360, my first worry was I was not gonna have any games, but very kindly, the seller, which this is all secondhand, I'm buying no new fucking Xbox 360s, but This one was like complete in box, almost untouched. The Xbox 360 controllers were like covered in dust. So I was like, oh, this thing hasn't been touched. There was a little play and charge cable with it, and since one of the battery packs doesn't really work very well, and I don't usually like playing wireless, I just connected it, voila. But then you thought, are there any games? Yes, luckily Battlefield 3 and 4 were in the packaging, which was like, yeah, I have something to play. And then I finished Battlefield 3, and I really wanted to play Battlefield 4 too, but I only played like one mission. I gave up. Not because I thought it was hard or anything. I was playing on the hardest mode, and I actually thought it was too fucking easy. And in Battlefield 3, it was like there was some challenge, and I should have played on hard mode immediately, but I didn't, because it gives you an extra achievement and stuff. But yeah, so I had those two games, and then I was like, shit, I need more. So I think that's when I got Borderlands 2, Fable 2, Saints Row 3, and one more game. Sleeping Dogs, yes. I haven't even played most of the games yet, because I like finishing games first and I'm moving on to the next one. And then eventually after that I got Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, and Forza Horizon 1 and 2. I think it's no, I got Watch Dogs. So that's kind of my collection for the Xbox 360 right now. Also, my chair is dying beneath me. It needs a chiropractic adjustment, as you can hear. It's cracking as shit. Now, I personally like the Xbox 360 controller a lot. Like, the reason why I wasn't on PlayStation 3 back in that day was mostly because of my choice. At some point, my brother got a PlayStation. No, he got the Xbox 360 and I got a PlayStation 3. And we just started swapping because he liked the PlayStation 3 more and I liked the Xbox 360 more. So it's just, I liked it more. I liked the interface, the controller, the games. And I mean, yeah, there's some crazy cool exclusives for PlayStation. And don't mind me, when the PlayStation 5 comes out and the PlayStation 4 Pro will drop ridiculously in price, I'm going to buy it. I'm always late to the game because I'm broke. And yeah, unless the PlayStation 5 has some very sick backwards compatibility, because so far it's just been saying, yeah, we have backwards compatibility for, the most important games, at least what I read, but let's hope it is quite a chunk of the library, because then I might consider buying that. But then there's the launch day console horror. Ooh. Oh, is something gonna go wrong? Now, it didn't start with my Xbox 360 though. My whole collection of games and consoles started when I had a desire to get a PlayStation 2 again. I had for a while like no fucking consoles, and I really wanted something again. So I went with a PlayStation 2 and I modded it. It was pretty awesome, and then eventually it died, and I think that was because I don't know what happened. I think I somehow managed to disconnect the fan, which is pretty sure impossible because I didn't even touch it back then. That was not what I was trying to do. I don't even know why I pulled it apart back then. But the moment I tried to reassemble it, I found out that it actually had chipped off of the board. I was like, what? The connector? Like, it just was ripped off of the board, and I was like, that was really bizarre. And I tried fixing it by routing the little fan to a USB cable into the PlayStation 2, and it worked for a day, and then it died again. So I probably fucked up something there too. Probably shouldn't even have been started, to solder shit together, but I did. So then I got another one, and I kind of put some new games on a hard drive, and yeah, I want to collect for the PlayStation 2, but the thing is, when I ordered a new one, this guy was like, yeah, I'll add some games. My first thought, 2 or 3 games that are not even good. And then he dropped in like so many nice games, and there's like, 4, 6, 10 games that he dropped in there, including Metal Gear Solid and that kind of stuff. It was like, what the hell, This guy was like really generous, I guess. I don't know. I liked it a lot. There's only 3 platinum games. The rest is all cool. And I don't have anything against platinum games, but it's like I'd rather have the normal version or the GOTY, which is a game of the year for the people that don't know. Now, that's the PlayStation 2 thingy, but the PlayStation 1 is where my original interest came from. One of my friends had a PlayStation 1 laying around with Final Fantasy 6, and not gonna lie, I played that shit quite a bit every time he had to head out the door, because he was like, yeah. Usually we'd play together, but then, I just continued the story for him. So I had quite a bit of time with that game on my own. And then I bought one again, and I got Tekken 2 with it, but I was like, they're all chipped. 2 of them were chipped, not all. One I bought for parts, and that was the chipped one. So I just swapped out the motherboard with another one, because I had 2 slims and 1 fat one. The fat one has a bad laser, so it doesn't read the game audio very well, but since it's the audio file version, I'm going to repurpose that one as a CD player, which is pretty rad. Now, also the Slim have better picture quality if you weren't aware. The games that I like playing for the PlayStation 1, if you're wondering though. Same with PlayStation 2, I didn't even say. I mean, obviously I'm a Tekken fan. If you didn't notice, I am. I never said anything about it, but I am. No idea how you would have noticed, but I really like fighting games, and Tekken is one of my favorite ones. It's also the only game that I will literally never play on the Xbox, even though it's available on there, because I'm not used to the controller scheme of the Xbox for Tekken. I grew up with Tekken Tag Tournament. Like, I had my first PlayStation 2 when I was very, very young, and I don't know where that one went. I think I also sold it. I have no fucking idea, but this is my 3rd PlayStation 2. I'm really going through that shit, huh? No, but Tekken. I also played some USA games, but I'm trying to focus more on PAL games, and quite frankly, it's still Tekken that I'm playing a lot, but I like the Rayman games. Just playing, mostly I like playing through classics that I liked when I was a kid, like those weird games that you played as a kid and enjoyed a lot, and you were like, ooh, that's awesome. Like Madagascar. But yeah, it's just, I definitely think that the PlayStation has, like, I like collecting for it, but I still spend most of my time on the Xbox. Now, I also have another console to add to this list, and that is a 3DS, but it's actually a 2DS because I was broke at the time. Now, personally, I've never been like, oh, the Nintendo has such a bad library, because I've heard people say it. Like, come on, PlayStation has more to offer, and Xbox too. But it's like, Pokemon, man. Pokemon. I finished X and Y, cried at the end. I don't know why, I'm just a little pussy when it comes to games. Then I was supposed to play through the Omega Ruby and the Alpha Sapphire, but that never really happened. Then I just started playing Animal Crossing a lot. I'm also playing Happy Home Designer right now, but I realized I had to record this episode, so I stopped. But yeah, there's just a lot of consoles that I still want to get in my collection, but it's just financially, I'm not stable enough to do such a thing. And I am simply a kid that has a little job on the side that earns way below, the adult wage. So it's not like I'm going to get a lot of money. I mean, what do I earn? Like a max 200 a month. So what am I going to get for that? Like, I'd really have to not spend my money on anything else for like 2-3 months straight to even buy a brand new console. But that's the thing, I can't do that. I need clothes, I need other supplies, obviously, and sometimes I want to go out, so it's not really a possibility. And that's why I'm also like collecting hugely for older consoles and buying older consoles and enjoying them and hacking them and modding them, I guess, just making sure that they play the games that they shouldn't be playing, because why not? But it's just, yeah, I think that the moment that you don't have a lot of money, any gaming experience is pretty cool. For me, it was like, I was super grateful. Like, I used to have a fat Xbox. That laser died, and that's really sad, and I wish I was smart enough back then to think, what if I could mod this? I mean, the first thing I ever modded was my 2DS. And from then on, I started like getting more into it, and I was like, whoa, this is such a broad spectrum of things to do now. Modding consoles is incredibly awesome, and I do plan to add a Wii and the GameCube to my list of consoles that I have, since I do want to play the original GameCube, Animal Crossing. But then I'm like, I could also just buy the first version of the Wii and stick in a GameCube controller and call it a day. After modding it, of course. Well, that's currently my plan. That's my broke way of playing Animal Crossing without having to spend over $80, because God, did I overprice that shit. The GameCube itself will cost like $40, and then you got the game, which goes from 30 on. Yeah, no. Plus shipping, we're going towards 80-90 euros. And I'd rather, just buy a old-ass Wii and call it a day, and, $30 max, and we're good. But yeah, those are kind of the consoles that I collect and play. I guess I gotta share my experiences now, huh? Isn't that what reviewers do? Time to start PlayStation 1. Cool controllers. I really like them. I like the original one with the no thumbsticks. Really light. Feels cheap, but really good at the same time. It's like quality cheap. Yes. Fighting games, better on the PlayStation 2 though, because of more I don't know which word I was trying to find. More complicated combos and stuff. I personally like the PlayStation 1 for when I'm just chilling, want to play some older RPGs and just chill back and get a story and grind a bit. PlayStation 2 is more when I get into the action games. Sometimes I like to play shooters, but not very much. That's more my Xbox 360 kind of thing that I like to do. Racing games are cool though. I like racing games on the PlayStation 2. They're pretty fun. But yeah. Since I did grow up with Gran Turismo shit. But if I had to like pick a favorite of all of them, it's like incredibly hard. Cause God, it's like, I like the 360 a lot because that's what I grew up with most. PlayStation 2 I also grew up with. I mean, I was playing a shit ton of Ratchet and Clank when I was younger. But it's like, they're two different generations. So if I had to pick per generation, even that's hard because there's still so many things I didn't try. What if the GameCube is more, my thing? What if those games are going to be like, heck yeah, fuck the PlayStation 2? We'll see about it. I'm not very sure. I mean, handheld-wise, Nintendo kind of ruled in my life, and I have a Game Boy Advance with a few games, actually. But it's just, it's all down to preference. I mean, Nintendo Switch is definitely making its ground right now, and I'm so wanting one, but they're actually out of stock because of the whole Corona thing. So, yeah, no. But yeah, I totally forgot about my Game Boy Advance. I like Pokemon games, like I said before. So yeah, I got Leaf Green, Fire Red, a fake copy of Emerald because I trusted some weird ass dude on Craigslist. A crystal cartridge, which usually can go for 30 or 40 euros here, but this one was like, it's broken. You can take it for 15, doesn't save. And I bought a new battery, and that's the first time I soldered something, and I was pretty lit. Not gonna lie, I loved every minute of that. I was shaking. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. But that I didn't. You know, it works. So, yeah, I also have Fire Pro Wrestling. I think that's what it's called. Super Mario Advance. Some other game. I can't fucking remember very clearly, but yeah, I do want to get as many Pokemon games. And I kind of want to have all the other Game Boy consoles as well. It's just like I said before, financial problems. I don't live in a rich family. Mommy, daddy don't give me allowance. I have to work for my shit. I always have. And I know that one day when I'll be having like a full-time job and I will actually be earning more than 200 max a month, going upwards from 2,000, then, you know, I will be getting something more out of my life and I could actually spend time collecting and completing whatever the heck I want. So this is also for all the people out there that feel like, yo, I don't have a lot of money to collect. Start small. Just start small. Come on. I started with the most outdated and the cheapest shit I could find. And yeah, it also, don't always look on Craigslist. You should look on Craigslist when there's stupid people on Craigslist. If there's people who know what they're selling, the prices are gonna go up your ass. But if you're just gonna go on some random market outside or like a garage sale, then it's different. But since that's not really happening here near me a lot, then yeah, no. I mean, I once went to this sort of garage sale and I did not find anything technology related. It was all kids' toys, and I was like, why does this have worth? I don't get it. So, yeah, if you have the chance to buy yourself something small, idiotic, even if it's a console that you usually wouldn't like, try it. I see a lot of people are like, how can you play on a PlayStation 1? You're 3 generations too late. Like, oh, it's so bad. It looks awful. How can your eyes even handle that? And I'm like, meanwhile, you're being ridiculed by fucking PC gamers, but I'm not complaining now, am I? I mean, every medium has its enjoyability for everyone else, you know? So yeah, if you ever feel like sharing your story about your collections and what you like, or sharing a funky story about finding and buying something, then write it down below. And have a good day, evening, morning, any kind of existence at all in any kind of time frame and parallel universe. Lots of love from me, and let's see you in the next episode.